Verse 4, I'm skipping to verse 4. This land is being described to this potential guardian redeemer. Boaz says this. He says, I thought I should bring the matter, and that's the matter of the land, to your attention and suggest that you buy it in the presence of all these seated here and in the presence of the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, do so. But if you will not, tell me so that I will know. Look at verse 4 continues. No one has the right to do it, that is, buy back the land rights, except you. And then I am next in line. He's sly. He's like, I suggest you do it. Why is he saying that? Does he want him to buy it? No, but he's playing it cool, He's like, yeah, it's no big deal. You should do it, but in case you don't want to, I guess I will. Oh, he's smart. He's slick. No one has the right to redeem except you, and I'm next in line. I want to talk to you about the 3 qualifications to be a guardian redeemer. There were 3. Let's put them up here. They were, you got to be related, you got to be wealthy, and you got to be willing. All right? You got to be related. The law specified that some unrelated person, no. This is a family affair. A member of the family is in desperate straits. And so it should be a member of the family who swoops in and saves the day. And this guy that we're contemplating, we already know he's the closest relative, even closer than Boaz. So let's highlight related. Because he's related, he meets the first qualification. Second qualification, let me just turn, and before I tell you, I'll read verse 4 as it continues. I will redeem it, he said. Oh boy. Well, this brings us to the second qualification. That's wealthy. Let's highlight wealthy. You have to be wealthy. You see, redemption involved retirement of debt. It involves freeing somebody in desperate financial straits. And if you don't have the means to do so, you're not a qualified redeemer. Well, this guy, as he looked at the land, it was expensive to buy back the rights, but he's like, oh, that's good land. I'm aware of that land. And as I look at the price, he says, I can handle that. And so his first statement says, I'm going to do it, which tells us he had enough money to do it. He said, I'm going to do it. Well, it also seems to say that he's willing. Oh, don't go there quite yet. He doesn't understand the full deal. And so let's continue. It says, but Boaz said in verse 5, I'm reading, then Boaz said, on the day you buy the land from Naomi, you also acquire Ruth, the Moabite, the dead man's widow. Buddy, it's a wife involved. And he responds in verse 6, at this the guardian redeemer said, then I cannot redeem it because it might endanger my own estate. You redeem it yourself. I cannot do it. What he's saying here is that if I get more family, I've already got kids, and those kids, it would mean dividing up the estate. It's going to be messy. The more I think about it, I'm out. Which, let's put a X right through willing. He is unwilling. And so this guy, though he meets the first 2 criteria, his lack of willingness, he's not going to work. Boaz, this is the moment he has been waiting for. Allow me to summarize what happens next. He rises up with passion, and he says, did you guys hear that? He says, all 10 of you are my witnesses. He has denied his opportunity to be the guardian redeemer, and I accept the role of guardian redeemer. I will pay Naomi and Ruth's indebtedness. I will marry Ruth. And he swoops in, and he saves the day. They get married. They have a little boy named Obed. The little boy becomes the grandfather of King David. I mean, the lineage goes all the way through David to Jesus Christ. I mean, this is a glory story that takes place.